Hey everybody, and welcome back to Hollow Knight Silksong. Last time we entered the far fields, got the Drifter's Cloak, and used it to ascend all the way up here into Greymoor. And this time, we have only just emerged into Greymoor, so we've seen like approximately 2% of this place. So this time we're going to explore the rest of it. We're going to start by going to the right, and then we make our way back here left, where we will check out the rest of it, so on and so forth. Yeah, I think you get the idea. I already talked to these guys in here. We got the Hunter's Journal from this person up here, new, so we can now I finally have a reason to kill everything I see. That'll hold up in court. Anyway, yeah, I have a valid reason to commit genocide on Farloom. I'd like to buy a drink from you, though, because since I have quit the game and loaded my save just now, I did lose all the silk in my meters, so... Brittle Vein avails probably nasty, for safety. I think you said the same thing last time. Okay, it's not a full restore to your silk. I was under the impression it was. I think it is a full restore to health, though, because why wouldn't it be? We still only have 5 health at this point. May as well offer us some mercy by letting it be a full restore. Silk, though, I understand. Silk is scarce and whatever, and silk is also really fucking annoying to get and use because of it, but it's whatever. It's fine. All right. This is another place where I could have farmed for Pilgrim Shawls for that quest last time. Speaking of which, at some point I have to make a trip back to Bone Bottom to see if there's any new quests available, because quests will start just appearing on the wish wall in Bone Bottom as you progress through the game. So it's always a good idea to occasionally go back... Sorry, oh my god. Go back there, check if anything's new, maybe even a new NPC moves in there and sells you something new. Because right now, I still only have 1 red tool. I mean, it's fine because I only have 1 red tool slot, but still, I could have sworn I had something aside from just that at this point in my, my first playthrough. Oh, crap, right. I hope we run into a bench over here because I would really like to switch out this for the warding bell. I think that would be much more useful because, I mean... You can see that this place is raining. There isn't going to be a lot of fire to encounter around here, so I don't think that's going to be very useful. Thank you, Chakra! Thank you, Chakra, for providing this rock. I don't know if you put it here, but I'm appreciative nonetheless. There we are. Fair greetings, Chakra. You are a welcome sight amidst the sodden gloom of these caverns. Also, how did you get up here? Child-wielding needle, your aspect is still sharp. My respect remains. Heed a warning. Many fierce bugs roost nearby. On the lake beyond this cave nest a ragged horde atop an old water mound. Their mastery of flight makes them dangerous. My shell will forever carry the score of their pins. If you're seeking a safer path, head back towards this land's core. Yeah, the combat does start to get, especially against regular enemies, does start to get quite difficult at this point, so we will want to be prepared. That's why I wanted to put on the warding bell. Should I buy these? I don't know. I don't think we really need them yet, but I mean, why not? Let's get them. You've purchased the last of my mapping stock for now. Stay alive on your journey, and when our paths next cross, we may trade again. Yeah, so she'll just keep updating her stock of map supplies as you progress through the areas. Obviously, if you enter a new area, she'll have the map for that area in her stock. I think as you unlock more maps available, she'll unlock more map accessories available, more map pins and markers, things like that. I want to say you can get way more map markers in this game than you do in the original. Not only do you have 9 hide pins. Oh, whoops. Not only do you have 9 markers per marker type, but you can also get 5 different types of markers total. It's a lot more than the first game, and I think that's because, obviously, this game's much larger than the first game, so they allow you to put down more markers. Makes perfect sense. Ooh, we have an item up there. Good thing the water doesn't delete any rosaries that fall into it. I'm very thankful for that. So we got more of these craws this way. We have already fought them last time. They just kind of fly around, and occasionally they'll make a dive towards you. You can get a quick pogo bounce on them if your timing is good. They are kind of annoying enemies, though. I wouldn't blame you if you started to really hate them over time, because I'll be honest, I started to kind of hate them over time. Hello? Oh, okay, sure. Just float there idly. Don't mind me just hanging out in midair. Hanging out, in case I didn't enunciate that well enough, which I probably didn't. Didn't sound like it did anyway. All right, you are a different kind of craw. You stay on the ground mostly, and you charge at me with a spear. You swipe it around yourself like that as well. Okay, those are long charges whenever they duck their head, and those are just really short stabs, and they barely move from where they first were. Okay, good to know. Getting all your tails down already. And there's a new journal entry added to our Hunter's Journal. What are you called? A tall craw, I see. It looks a lot more round than tall, but I guess that makes sense. Furted. That's close to saying fetid. That's mean to these guys. They're adorable. A common snack for larger predators. Alright, anyway, yeah, Scar, Guard, Scar, Stalker. Here you can see all the enemy names. I don't remember most of these, like Moss Grub, Moss Mirror, Moss Mother, Achnid, Skull Scuttler, Skull Brute. I don't remember most of these enemy names because there are so many enemies in this game. I probably wouldn't even be able to remember them even if I did read all the Hunter's Journal entries on my first playthrough of the game. I don't know, just like whenever I read Hunter's Journal entries, the enemy's name is not really the thing I look at. That might just be me, though. Okay, seemingly nowhere else to go in this area, aside from inside wherever this place is. Let's check it out. Oh, God. Didn't think you'd reach all the way over to me, but I stand corrected. All right. This place always reminds me of the Wellspring from Ori and the Will of the Wisps, with all the rickety wood, and some of these buildings also have machines in them, which also reminds me of the Wellspring. Uh-oh. This looks like the combat arena. You are some weird rat thing that jumps at you from a distance. That's about it. I think if they hit you, they'll do this really annoying stun attack, but aside from that, they're not too bad. There's the shield that Warding Bell's giving me. Hello. Now you just have to walk the other direction and you'll be fine. Got a weird little door that looks like it has a window, but unfortunately can't interact with that. More rosaries in there. Can I use my Silk Spear to dislodge these ones? Yes, I can. Nice. That's using your noggin and your abilities. Also, I can use the throwing knife on the remaining ones. Yes. I might not want to use all of them, but still, I'm going to do it anyway, because I feel like it. Okay, that should be the remaining rosaries. Awesome. Didn't need no sinking future ability yet. Or perhaps future unlock. Whatever it may be, whether it's an ability or just like, you know, activating a machine that might spawn something that helps you get those. You know, it's entirely possible that could happen. We've got an enemy gauntlet. I remember this one. I remember this one being rough. Okay, here's our introduction to those guys. They'll throw knives at you from up above. They throw 3 of them at once. So basically, they're a Primal Aspid, but worse. Already encountering Primal Aspid tier enemies in the 4th freaking area of the game. 5th. Whatever. Who cares? All right, down you go. And, yep, that's not it. There's gonna be more. Gonna Silk Spear you. Got both of you in one hit. Love to see it. Do want to be careful, though. Do want to be very careful. Make your dive. Haha, that was very satisfying. Okay, now we have one of you. Okay, gonna Silk Spear you just for the sake of high damage. That was a long charge. That was a short one. All right, come on. Can a little guy attack? Thank you. Ah, didn't die. Oh, nice. Okay, got them both. All right, this guy can start flying, too. The other one didn't have a chance of doing that because the area I was fighting in it was too small. Now here's the problem, because I've been using my silk skills, I can't heal. Now I can. I'll take the opportunity. And is this the remainder of them? Man, this was not as hard as I remember it being. I guess when I'm on my first playthrough and I'm not used to this game. Oh wait, no, it's not done yet. I should have known. I should have known it's not done yet. Yeah, when I'm still not used to this game, it makes sense to die to stuff like this. Oh god, I missed him with that. It's one thing to have one use of a Silk Spear prevent you from healing for the next few hits. It's another thing to have that use miss, which means you just spent 4 spools of silk on absolutely nothing. Oh, whatever. It's over. I like how the enemies were present in the background, and then as we progressed through the waves, they would fly from the background to the foreground and would slowly empty. I think that's really cool. It's a good sign of progression. Unfortunately, not every combat gauntlet does something like that, and I kind of wish that was the case, but yeah. So, what did hitting that lever do? I guess we can go backtrack a little bit and see what happened. Just like that small little room, we've now unlocked many of these things all throughout the area, and we can bounce on them, we can pogo off of them in order to bounce to higher places. Now, this next section is a little tricky if you still have only the abilities that I do, but I think I'm gonna roll with them anyway, because it's what I did on my first playthrough, and I don't know. I feel like doing this first. Okay, But yeah, if you want to have the easiest time ascending through this next part, I would recommend waiting a little bit until a later ability that you can find in this area. All right. Oh god. Oh god. Accidentally fell all the way down. Yeah, see, that's why. Like one little miss knocks you all the way back down, as I am repeatedly proving. All right. Hiya. Nope. Nope. Hiya, hiya. I should just go for these. I shouldn't go for the small ones. The small ones are really hard to hit. Best to go for the large ones, whenever possible. Okay, cool. Swiping up. let's explore the left first. We're gonna be encountering a lot more of those large craw enemies, aren't we? The tall craws and the throwing knife craws. I don't know what those ones are called, but I'm sure they have craw in their name somewhere. Ah, yes, more rosaries for me. Yes, yes, yes. Give me, yummy. I love eating faith. I love eating the faith currency. Oh, hey, 3 more in there. 3 more in Greymoor. Okay, I think this is just to open up a shortcut, but a shortcut is worthwhile, so let me do that. There we go. We unlocked this crane, which I believe, yes, sprouts more of these balloons so we can bounce our way back up here if need be. Did Chakra just react to it? Did I hear her go, as I hit that? Because that would make sense. It'd be really cool if she did react to it. Anyway, I'm just going to leave and not actually talk to her, explain what I just did. I'm not going to explain myself. I don't feel like it. Oh no, you're on the wall. I hate when you're on the wall. Or I hate when they're on a little ledge like this and then there's not really much space to move away from them. That's a frayed rosary string. Okay, I saw that item forever ago and I was very excited to see what it would be, and it ended up being a goddamn frayed rosary string. Get out of my face. Let's just keep going. Oh, man. At least it was there to show you that you can ascend higher, and so you should look around the immediate area for ways to ascend higher. It makes sense. It makes sense. It makes a sense. Get it? Because it's like ascending higher, a sense. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. It's not that funny. I know. I know. I'm not that funny. I wish I was. I wish I was that funny. Alright. Bouncy. Okay. Bouncy, 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 bouncy. Hiya! Okay, I want to stay, we want to stay to the opposite side of them, because then they'll throw the knives away from you, and you'll dodge them completely. That's probably the best hope you have in avoiding these guys' knives, is doing that. So I guess they're not as bad as Primal Aspids in that way, because Primal Aspids would totally, I think they always launch their projectiles when they're really far away from you, whereas those guys will kind of stop for a second. Primal Aspids barely stop for any time at all, so yeah. Alright, I think there's more stuff to see to the right, but up is, up is right here, and up is most important, as I've been over last time. Plus, it contains quite the useful upgrade. Daughter of a distant land, we who have remained have waited long. Bind our strength to yours. Reclaim the future of our haunted kingdom. Bound the silk skill, Thread Storm. Press F, attack by whipping a storm of silk around oneself. Silk skills can be equipped in the crest section of the menu. This will replace the silk spear as our silk skill. You can only have one silk skill equipped at a time, in most cases. The Thread Storm is this attack. This attack from Hornet's boss fight in the first game. And she would always say, like, hey, golly, before doing it. Unfortunately, she does not say the same thing here. And if you use that, as you can see right there, that was rapid damage. But of course, it's only in the little area of effect around yourself. That being said, if you can get really close to an enemy and unleash that, it can do a lot of damage to them, and it is so much fun. It might just be my favorite silk skill in the entire game. I love it. I love it so much. I mean, there is another that is almost as fun, or almost equally as fun, but I don't know. I think this one takes the cake for just being the absolute most satisfying. Because, like, seeing that rapid damage tick on every enemy that's near you as you set it off is so satisfying. Let me get out of there before I start repeating myself, though. Alright, I think there's somewhere we can glide to. Over here, it's guarded by you. Let me go inside. Oh, hi. What is this? Threefold pin. Hey! That's a new sub-weapon. That's a new red tool. I was wondering when I was going to find more of those. Alright, let me... Hold on. We're going down. We're yelling timber. Oh, no. I have to fight you two. Go! Yes, I knocked it away from me with that. That was awesome. Okay. I cannot equip Threefold Pin yet, but Threefold Pin, as you could probably guess based on its icon, is just 3 throwing knives thrown all at once. That's basically it. Ah, God. Okay, come on. I still don't have nearly enough to heal. I still don't have enough to heal after the battle. It's one of the sucky things about this healing system and how it requires you to have 9 freaking things to do anything. Oh, I can access there. How do I get in there? I must have missed it. Let's head back up. Okay, it's right here. Oh, no. Okay, well, at least we'll get a chance to heal. There we go. Perfect. Back up to full. Oh, God. This is... hear my battle cry. Hee-ha, hee-ho. I don't know. Best not to ask. Alright, down you go. Oh, a flea! We've rescued all 5 for the quest then. Well, we better go pay them a visit at some point. There it is, wish updated. Nice. They should be giving us a reward for that. Except, actually, wait. I don't want to do that yet. There's a reason why. I don't want to do that probably in this video at the moment. Maybe I could do it at the very end of the video. We'll have to see. Okay, I think with that I've seen everything that's here. This is absolutely nothing. Completely useless, pointless corner. So yeah, let's start heading to the left. I think that is, I want to say that is everything. If I'm wrong, then whatever. This is a Metroidvania, and it's a very long one. We'll have plenty of time to come back. How am I supposed to get... Okay, I think I'm supposed to take one of the upper paths, but I found my own way. No need for that crap. Oh my god! Chakra was providing a bench because it no longer acts as a bench. Hornet cannot take a rest unless she has company. This we have learned. Most of the time, anyway. Hornet cannot take a rest on a rock unless she has someone to be there with her. Ah, okay. Here's a bell. Better make sure you come and ring this. You'll see why later on. Which Dead by Daylight survivor should I play as today? Can I be honest? I like Dead by Daylight's music, but I think when it comes to the menu music, the Survivor version of that theme with the guitar is by far the best version of the menu music, and none of the others that I've heard from like any of the special killers or even the standard killer version that I think only a few killers had these days, none of those come nearly close to eclipsing the Survivor version of the track, because that guitar just sounds so nice. I don't know, it's super well done. Anyway, I do really like Dead by Daylight's music on the whole though, especially the chase themes. Alright, let's equip threefold pin. We get 2 less of them, but we throw 3 every single time. And I think 2 of them do have an angle offset, so it's not like you throw all 3 of them at one enemy. You will throw them in like a spread. Aha, rosary string. Contains 60 rosaries. So yes, if you transform a 80 rosaries into a rosary string, you will lose 20 rosaries in the process. That is good to know. Hit this lever, and now we have a nice and easy shortcut back up here whenever we like. Very cool. Okay, so head back to halfway home, and then we'll get started on the second half of Greymoor. I don't think I could pick up those rosaries up there in the upper left corner. As I was going through that door, you could barely see them. I don't think I can access those yet, so we'll have to come back for those another time. I haven't even acknowledged this new enemy. They throw a Christmas tree ornament at you, it deals 1 damage, that's it. You can knock it back into them if you want. They're a lot more dangerous and more precarious rooms without a lot of ground to stand on, but in rooms like this, they're just fine. You just get close to them, you go underneath it, you hit them until they die, and that's the end of it. Alright, well, back to halfway home we go to sit on this bench. Perfect. I don't think you'll say anything else. Actually, will you say anything else? Care for a drink, traveler? Okay, no, you won't. I do not need a drink, though. I am 1 silk spool away from having a full meter, so I definitely will not need that. Okay, nothing but craws up there. Nothing else we can do here right now. So let's head in this direction. Hi. I recognize you guys. You may be sleeping, but that doesn't mean you're not dangerous. Alright, these guys swing their bats of sunlight at you. I think they have just a couple of different variations of swinging. They occasionally dodge backwards. They're not too bad. As long as you get out of their range, they're fine. That, I thought I had Silk Spear equipped still. I'm too used to it now. These guys, however, are a lot more threatening, particularly because they're so much larger. This means that if you need to jump over them for any reason, it is significantly harder to do so. They're still not the worst things in the world, but they have a lot of health, and, yeah, they burrow through the ground a lot, so they can avoid your hits a lot. They just take a while to kill. Oh god, okay. Let me just take a heal right now, may as well. Always pay attention to how much silk you have, so that you can get 1 hit, get a heal, get the ability to heal, and then you can just do it right away, in response to an enemy's cooldown. Hello, are you more of the mouse-looking guys? You're just flying in the air? Kinda, yeah. Yeah, these guys are basically just the mouse guys, but they fly in the air. They charge at you if you get close. If you don't get close, they're really nothing. Yeah, nothing to be concerned about. All right, now we have more of these guys as regular enemies. Let me use my threefold pin on you. Oh, there we go, yeah. If you're close range to the enemy, all 3 of the knives will hit. It's pretty fun. And as we can see by this sign, there is another fast travel station here, another bellway. So let's unlock it. How much does it cost? 60? Not bad. I got 425. You played the Song of Travel, the Song of Soaring or something, the Song of Burrowing. There we go. That's the Legend of Zelda equivalent song. All right, still no need to call Era. Let me check behind this for a secret area, and then let me take a drink. Was using my left hand for that drink, so I was unable to jump that whole time. There is, however, a secret area this way, and from what I remember, this place is kind of interesting and also a little mean. Oh yeah, that's the reason why. Not only does it have more of these rat bugs in it, but there are bear traps around, so we gotta be on the lookout for them. As far as I remember, this is the only place in the game where bear traps appear like that. Yeah. And I think there's also more stuff down here. I'm not entirely sure what all's down here, but that's what we're here to find out! Oh my god, I forgot this thing existed! Holy hell! Okay. Yeah, it's been forever since I fought this thing. It's a giant rat! Or no, the little guys are mouse bugs. This guy's a rat bug. Like cat bug, but not. There we go, down it goes. Deals 2 damage per hit because of course it does. Why would it be any different? Very cool. Can I break these open, get stuff? Nope, nothing for me. All right, fine, I'll take it. Memory locket, that's good. That is very good. You know, I think I might want to spend it on a red tool slot, because again, I don't have that many blue tools right now. So yeah, let's do that. Let's give myself an extra red tool slot. Then I can equip the straight pin there and give myself more tools to use per bench rest, which I think would be very, very helpful. It does mean, you know, double the amount of tools to freaking recharge, but that's fine. Oh no. All right. I am somewhat close to a heal. There we go. Perfect. Just enough to get me back to full as well. Oh, I thought that was another one. That's the corpse of the first one. Man, that scared me. All right, look down, look down. You're standing in your grave. I'm about to be standing in my grave in a second. Especially because there's another one of these guys. Oh, God. Windows key, shut up. I pressed Windows key on accident. I panicked so much, I pressed Windows key. Okay, that's all of them. That's all my tools. Man, this thing, it's not that hard to avoid. Well, there's my first death of Hollow Knight Silksong. Everyone give it up for episode 4 being the day of the first death. Awesome. Okay, yep. We're really getting into it now, aren't we? I like how totally empty that room is every time you pass through it a subsequent time. Okay, gotta be more careful fighting those big dudes. Oh god, the other guy's respawned, isn't he? I gotta progress deep into this place if I want to get my cocoon back. Oh no. Ah! I gotta use that better. Unfortunately, I don't have it charged. Now I do. Perfect! Perfect! Gotta find the right spot to stand so you can maximize your damage with that tool. Or skill, sorry, it's a silk skill. It's not a tool. It is in the same menu, though. Ow! Okay. So the menu is officially referred to as the crest menu, so obviously it's very different. It's not the tools menu, you silly Billy. Yeah! Oh my... No, you're not doing this to me again. You are not doing this to me again. Okay, bear trap right there, avoid that. Hands where I can see them. Perfect. Okay. Got 3 hits once again. Perfect. Okay. I mean, not extremely perfect, but still, you know what I mean. Oh, while I was at the bench, I should have equipped my second tool. My second red tool. Whatever. Breakable wall right here, leading to some rosaries and a way down into some dirt. Really getting into the grounds of this place, huh? Hello? You okay, buddy? Did they mean to attach an item to you and they forgot to do so? Because otherwise, I don't know why you'd be down here. This wall looks cracked, but it's clearly not. I'm wailing on it and it's not breaking. Anything else? Aside from the bottom left corner. I said ow in reaction to walking into a freaking set-off trap. A tripped trap, I guess. Okay, that's the entrance. I think we've seen everything down here. Let me just double check this side, because if there's anything I'd missed, it's probably this side. Okay, there's something else there. Not sure how to get up there. Maybe down here lies the answer. Yeah, the answer probably does lie down here. It's another one of you. And I was prepared with the down strike there. Man, this game can get so fun. I'm sure this game would be super duper ooper schmooper fun. If you can get the controls down, if you can really master it. But I don't know how long that's gonna take me. It's probably not gonna take too long though, because like the controls are a little more involved than the first game, but they're not that much more involved. They're certainly not as involved as like a Souls game, for example, where there's a lot that goes into like every combat encounter. I mean, most of what you do in terms of action is just like dodging and attacking, but there's still a lot of stuff you have to memorize to master that game. You know, a lot of ways to sneak cheeky hits in that you didn't think you could before. Especially for Elden Ring, which I think is designed assuming that you're trying to do that. Okay, that is the shortcut we've just unlocked. How about up here? There is something. Oh. Litany of the Worker. May we catch the dregs and never tire. May we clean the dregs and never hunger. May we spool the dregs and never falter. Some motivational poster, guys. Congratulations. Great job. You really got your workers feeling good about themselves. Alright, well, that's nice. Nice to see that Farloom is very ethical kingdom we have here. Honestly, I was expecting, when I played the first Hollow Knight, I was kind of expecting the game to present Hallownest in, like, a negative light, as in, like, look at how crappy Hallownest was as in terms of a place to be. Like, no one enjoyed their time here, but honestly, no, that wasn't the case. Everyone loved Hallownest, whereas it seems like everyone fucking hates Farloom. I'm not sure, is this, like, is all this freaking workplace abuse and whatnot, and pilgrims being forced to take this perilous journey up through the freaking kingdom? Is this new or is it not? Oh, hey, wait a second. I don't want to do this yet. I do not want to do this yet. I'm going backwards. I did not expect that to take me to, the end of the place, the end of the area. That is quite literally the end of the area over there. I didn't think this place took me there. Did I not explore this whole place on my first playthrough? I may not have, honestly, I may not have. It's entirely possible there's a whole side area I never found on my first playthrough. I mean, I know that's possible because there are some side areas I never found on my first playthrough. Oh god, and I never went back for either. Okay. Boom goes the dynamite. Boom goes the bear trap. I just shoved the thing's corpse into the bear trap. Oh man. I didn't mean to be that mean to it. I didn't mean to be that mean. Whatever. My redundancy is my specialty. Alright, here's the rest of Greymoor. I'd rather go through here first. I'd rather have actual progression. I mean, that was technically progression, it was just an alternate route of progression. But I don't know. I'd like to take the scenic route myself. Hi. Who might you be? Should I backtrack to a bench so I can equip the other tool? I think I will, because I don't think... If I remember correct, I don't think there's a bench in this whole next upcoming area, so if I wanted to go back to a bench, now is the time. Jump across, enter, jump across, sit. And now we shall equip the straight pin to the bottom tool slot. This tool slot requires you to hold down and press F to use it, so up, down. It's kind of a strange little control scheme. I've never personally liked the hold up and press the attack button to throw something in the Castlevania games, but it works fine enough for what it is. There we go. Get destroyed. At some point I should go back to the shopkeeper in Farfields and buy that tool pouch from him, because I do not have a lot of tool capacity, so yeah. I mean, like I said, I was planning to take a little break and go back to Bone Bottom. Why don't I do that now? We're right next to the Bellway. Let's just go do that right now. Alright, me finally getting around to the plans that I had made for myself this episode. Hello, Era. I think I'd rather buy the tool pouch first, so honestly, let's just go to Farfields. take a stop at Farfields, go there, buy the thing, then we'll go back to Bone Bottom, see if there's any new quests. If there are, then we can always do them. Then eventually we'll find our way back to Greymoor and get through the rest of it. You know, I do really like Silksong's soundtrack, but I will say that save room theme, the bench room theme, nowhere near as good as the one from the first Hollow Knight. I'm sorry. It's just not. Like, the one from the first Hollow Knight is... Oh, no! You've become possessed! No! That's so sad. Yeah, sometimes that'll happen. Sometimes you can meet a pilgrim, talk to them, exchange dialogue, and then you can find them somewhere else in the world already dead or in that state. It's very unfortunate. Very Dark Souls coded, though. I do appreciate it. As a big fan of Dark Souls 3 myself. There's only 2 pilgrims here now. Ah, this is Pilgrim's Rest. Okay. I was trying to remember what this place was called. Back here again. It's a strange pilgrimage that bends and doubles back on itself. Still, you may as well take the opportunity to share your rosaries. Give me this! Thank you! Okay, so what exactly does a tool pouch do? Speaking of tools, I may as well buy this. I'm probably not going to have much use for it, but having it with me is better than not. That's better, sharing your devotion with me, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so what exactly does this do? Holding tools, traps, and crafting materials, pouch capacity. Okay, I think all this does is it just increases how many tools you can hold. Yeah, as you can see, there's now an empty spot in both of my ammo capacities there, and so if I rest on the bench, I will fill those both up, and now we have, how many of each type of tool? We have 12 of these, 15 of these. Okay, so we've gotten 2 additional 3-fold pins, and 3 additional straight pins. Very cool. I think the amount of tools you get for each capacity upgrade depends on the individual tool. This is not the right room. That is target practice. This should be the Bellway. Yes, indeed it is. Back to Bone Bottom we go. Gonna take another drink during this animation. I like this final, fly-out animation after you arrive at your destination, but it does cause fast traveling in this game to take slightly longer than the first, which only furthers the trend of things in this game taking slightly longer than the first for no discernible reason. Okay, you have nothing new to say. There are new wishes on the wall. Cool. What else do you have? Ooh, I want this, I want this, I want this. Unfortunately, I can't buy it yet, but maybe I can get some money from doing a quest for someone? Life-saving bridge. I've heard tell pilgrims sometimes fall down that big hole besides the settlement. Nasty way to enter your journey before it even begins. I can build a bridge if I only have the materials. Take them. I have too many of them. I keep hitting the cap. Life-saving bridge, wish granted. So now a bridge will be built over that hole that leads down to Moss Grotto. That being said, you can actually destroy that bridge afterwards, and then it never comes back. So you could completely undo that quest if you want. I don't know. I don't really know why, but it does provide a nice shortcut down to that first area if ever you want to return. Ooh, this one gives a memory locket. That's really good. That'll give me every slot for the crest. Sorry. Oh my god. That came out of nowhere. Flint Beetles overwoken in the marrow. The gems. Oh, it's a fetch quest. It involves going to the marrow. I'll do it. It's worth it for the memory locket. That's one of the things that kind of sucks about the quests in this game, is that the rewards are actually good. Why is that a problem? Because now I'm going to want to do them on every repeat playthrough. Whenever I replay this game, I'm going to want to do the quests because they give good stuff. And the stuff they give is one of a kind. Sometimes you can't get that reward anywhere else. And, you know, in this game, there's only just enough stuff to, oh, hi. There's only just enough items you need to unlock everything in the game, which, of course, I want to do, because it's fun. But that requires playing through boring fetch quests, and I really don't like it. Okay, well, at least this one shows off a new mechanic. You can track the scent of various creatures by sniffing piles of stuff that appear on the ground, such as this, and then following a scent trail. This is a mechanic used in a lot of these kinds of quests where you're trying to track down something or someone, and hi! Its butt is sticking out of the ceiling. That's amazing. All right, this is one of the beetles they want. Very cool. I think we need 3 of them, right? Ah, okay. I forgot. It leaves a trail of explosions behind. Cool. Coolio. Cool beans. Awesome. Okay, don't explode. Perfect. Ah, you still exploded after your first explosion. All right, whatever. Got a flint gem. How many do we need? 3. Okay. So then we must progress further into the area until we find another one of those piles of shit, which is what I'm assuming they are. And then we can track the remainder of them down. Let us go. Let us go and do it. I guess I may as well show the whole process on screen, just because, you know, this is kind of a walkthrough-ish type series. Slight walkthrough-ish type series. Only problem is I'm not editing these videos, so yeah, I don't know how much fun this will be, but hey, I'm giving you the real Silksong experience. This is what it's like to play this game. You have to do these boring quests sometimes. There we go. Further up. This is at least kind of an interesting one, because these enemies are unique to this quest. I don't believe they ever show up beyond this point, so you are at least fighting something new in the process of doing this quest, which is certainly better than I can say for other quests in this game, but even still, I don't know, it's just kind of a big use of time, and it's not my favorite thing to replay every time I play through this game, which so far this is the only replay of this game I've ever made, but still, it's not going to be my favorite thing to replay in the future, just because, I don't know. I'm not usually a super huge fan of side quests in adventure games. When I played Zelda Breath of the Wild, I never did the side quests in that game because I just wasn't interested enough. They aren't interesting enough for me to be willing to bother with them. There's a few I did, like the Terrytown one, but that one's at least, like, you know, unique. It still involves you doing a bunch of fetching stuff, but the reward you get is awesome, so it's kind of worth doing in that way. Whereas, with this game, most of the rewards, I mean, like, they give you a unique one-of-a-kind item, so most of them are worth it. But I don't know, it's just not quite the same as Terrytown, or anything like that in Fallout New Vegas, either. Fallout New Vegas goes to show just how cool side quests in games can be, yet most games seemingly opt for this boring fetch quest system that every game ever has done beforehand, and I just, yeah. Whatever. I'll have plenty more time to complain about this game's side quests as we go. I should not start complaining about it now. Alright, where is the last bunch of them? Oh, I thought there was one, like, in the ceiling right there. Thought I had found it on my own without, using the scent to track it. You probably could find it on your own without using the scent system, but, you know, the scent system makes it way easier because, you know, their excrement is placed all throughout the area. And so you can always find your way to them no matter what. Alright, yes, we get it. Your enemies, you hurt. We understand. Alrighty, nothing up here. Keep going right, maybe? Maybe they'll, like, spread out across the 3/3 of the marrow? Hi. Just barely heard you whispering. We're not aware that it was leading to an enemy. Was not aware. That's more grammatically correct. Hi. Stinky shit. All right, we gotta go back. Oh man, then after this, I have to make my way out of the marrow. Well, I think there's a bellway nearby, so yeah, this shouldn't be a big problem. I'll just take the bellway back up to Greymoor, and then we'll go from there. Hiya! I believe these kind of like hunt and collect these things quests, or hunt and kill these things quests. I want to say these complete themselves once you defeat them, or maybe not all of them do. Maybe this one won't because I'm actually collecting items, so the game will probably want me to return it to the wish wall. But many other of this type of quests will not work this way. Oh god, I forgot you exploded. Okay, well there's all the flint gems. How far am I away from the bellway? Pretty far, but not too far, fortunately. All right, let's jump across, leap down. No, I did not mean to climb back into you. That's one problem with the ledge grab, is sometimes when you want to get off a platform, Hornet's like, nah, you want to be back up here, don't you? And so it can be kind of hard to do precise jumps like that, or precise maneuvers. But, you know, not a super huge deal. It's just a little annoyance I have with the ledge climb. I heard people complain that the ledge climb was too inconsistent, but honestly, I haven't felt that at all throughout my entire experience with this game. In fact, as I just argued, it may be a little too consistent for my tastes. Might be a little too helpful. Okay, here's the bellway. We shall take it. I believe this is the largest bellway station in the game. It's just a huge room filled with bells, and that's because it was an arena for the Bell Beast fight at the start of the game. Alright, back to Bone Bottoms. We can turn this in, then we'll be back on track into Greymoor, exploring the rest of it. Can't wait. Ah, yes. I think since I recorded the last Silksong video, I now have a coaster of Hornet riding the Bell Beast that I'm setting my drink on. So yeah, I'm in a big Silksong mood at the moment. Who's going over here? You okay? Are you choking to death? It's not you, because you say the same thing. Turn in. Perfect. Wang! Alright, that's another boring filler content piece done. Okay, with that, let me give myself the last tool slot, or the last blue tool slot. Yeah, that is every tool slot unlocked on this freaking screen here. Why do I feel like there's gonna be a catch with that? Why do I feel like we're not quite done upgrading that side of the game yet? I don't know, it could just be my imagination. Let's get back on track. Like the Geometry Dash song. Do 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 do. That is such a banger of a song, though. Seriously, though, back on track. If you haven't listened to it for a while, go and listen to it again. It's freaking fantastic. I'd argue it's better than Stereo Madness, myself. Stereo Madness is really good, and it makes for a great first level song for that game, but Back on Track, I think, as a whole, is just so much better. Anyway, I don't mean to compare two artists' work. Both of them are very, very good. Still, I just like Back on Track more. Oh, that was awesome. I just kind of shotgunned him in the face with those knives. All right, we can see a bunch of bells this way, apparently, according to that sign. Let's get these rosaries. Swing swung. Okay, bye. I guess we're gonna fight you later then. Got more of these rat flies. Is someone's stomach growling? Hello? Oh, he's sleeping. Okay. Well, we got two people up there. Can I... Oh, I can wake them up from down here. I'm confusing him. Oh, that's funny. I forgot about that. All right, anyway. Where did the enemy go? An enemy fell down here. Oh, he was patrolling this way. He just wandered off. Okay. I don't think I can climb up to the top of this big area here. So yeah, we're just gonna go on ahead. I was gonna call it a room, but based on the background, I don't know if I can call it a room. It doesn't look much like a room. Okay, we got a little space down here. Can't remember what's down here, but it's probably nothing that important. Wow, it's really nothing that important. It's just a big crater in the ground left by that big elevator thing, I'm assuming that is? From whatever fell in this tower here, in this windmill. This is a windmill, right? Because it's got the gears, like, churning the butter in the background. These guys are the Scissormen from Clock Tower. Can snip at you like that. They can do rapid snips like that, which I believe deal 2 damage. Then, oh god, okay. That's their rapid snips. You just want to jump out of the way of that. Unfortunately, their scissors also act as shields, which is quite annoying, but it's fine. They go down relatively easily. They can also do that. They can snip their way through wooden boards. I don't know how that works, but whatever they wanted to do, I guess. Nice. Got him with the silk skill. Unfortunately, that means I can't heal anymore, but that is okay. We just need to hit an enemy 4 times, and we'll be okay. If I'm correct, yes, this dude should be here. Hello. Oh, scoundrel, fiend! Who dares wake brave Garmon from his well-needed kip? I've no intent to disturb, Sir Bug. I am merely passing these towers and sought to better understand the lay of the place. Knowing the battlefield? A warrior's reason. Just look at you. Your stance and blade almost alone they declare a fight. As the bravest of knights, if direct challenge were offered, honor would see noble Garmond accept. Fortunate that seems not your intent. In truth, I'm still sleeping off something of an altercation myself. Had our meeting called for a knightly duel, you would have not had the luck to behold my finest form. I wonder what your finest form looked like. Maybe we're gonna discover that later in the game. What cause sees you traveling these blighted lands, Garmond? Do you also seek the citadel above? Aye, but do not mistake a valorous adventurer for a mere pilgrim. Mine is a sacred quest, shared with my most trusted companion, dear Zaza. We seek that citadel not for its gifts. Nay, sister, we seek its rulers, to demand their answer, by force if necessary, for our dear village to whom we pledge our shells. The fearsome haunting of Thread, it overcame our fair folk. We are all that remained, left to carry their memory, and the hope to see some justice paid. Alright, so you want to go talk to the king of this land and give him the right ass whooping. That sounds that sounds reasonable. I think I'll join you on that. Good luck on your quest, Garmont. If you hope to claim justice for your fellow's past, I suspect you've some challenge yet ahead. Aye, Zaza and I'll fight to Cavern's End if it need be, for the bugs held in our hearts and our honor as knights. And that is all we have to say. Is Hornet's dialogue box slightly lower on the screen than NPCs? I think I may have just noticed that. May have just noticed a little weird something. If that really is the case, then yeah, that's strange. Okay, so right here, we can pogo off of these spikes here. These spike... I was gonna call them spike walls. Those are very obviously not walls. Am I an idiot? Yes. Yes, I'm very much an idiot. Hi! Whenever they're on the walls like that, they have a larger jumping range, so you really want to look out for that. Okay, afraid I can't climb any higher at the moment. However, wait a second. If I remember correctly, over here in this upper corner... Okay, they may have patched it out, but I swear in one of these types of rooms, there was a little corner under an overhang that you could stand on without there being ground there. Yeah. I think it was here, and I think they may have patched it out because I can't seem to go up there again. One more try. No, okay, hold on. One more try, one more try. One more actual try, not just bonking off the wooden block. There we go. Okay. It's possible they patched it out. Shame. I liked that invisible floor. It was great. Anyway, I think I still have a screenshot of it. I won't show it in the video, just because, you know, getting me to edit one of these videos is like getting me to herd cats. Oh no, I think I might be dead. Thank you. Okay. Unfortunately, hitting him with tools did not give me any silk because this game is very mean and wants to keep health healing as scarce as possible. Oh god, there's another guy in here. I know that. And I have to fight him with 1 health. Okay, stay out of the way. Just gonna take him out with tools. I'm gonna throw tools at him until he dies. There we go. It's a big splurge of ammo, but it's okay, as long as I am alive. Okay, unlock a little shortcut there. That's useful. Oh god. Do not hit me with your weapon, dear sir. Oh god. Yeah, perfect. Okay. Still, I'm still missing 1 mask, but that's okay. Long as I have more than 1 HP, I am alright. Man, that reminded me of my freaking Steel Soul no heal run that I did the other day, and how there were 2 different occasions where I was left with one mask for a good while. It was scary, man. But I ended up getting through it in the end. It was really, really fun. I'm kind of glad I got through it, though, because, if I would have to keep switching back and forth between this game and the first game in order to do those streams on the main channel, that would have probably confused me. I'd probably have to keep readjusting my muscle memory for both games, and yeah, I don't know how well that would have gone. Okay, what is up first? Let's go up. So I think I know what's in that room, and what's in that room is quite interesting indeed. All right, why not? Let's go inside. First chance I get, I'm going to heal. Oh no. It's Realm of the Scissormen. Good luck to us. Chapel of the Reaper. Oh, I forgot about this song. I thought the song was really cool first time I heard it, and yeah, I still agree, it's super cool. Okay, there's a room there. Absolute nothingness down here. Okay, Team Cherry, why bother putting anything down here? Why bother making this room if you're not going to put anything down here? Maybe they planned to at some point, never got around to it, and just completely forgot. I could understand, but like, there's so many rooms in this game that are like that. I'm like, why did you put this in the game? There's nothing here. Hi. Okay. Oh no. Oh no. Gotta fight a number of scissormen. That's okay with me. Scissormen. Yeah, that's the best strategy for fighting them. If you can get enough room to get around their swipes, I think that is the easiest way to fight the scissormen. Perfect. Oh, nice. Just 1 little throwing knife ended that. All right. You're a big stabby rake guy. That very much looks like a rake he's using. I don't know if it actually is supposed to be or not. Some kind of tool like that. Either way, he's got more than 1 of it, which is impressive. Can't imagine it would be easy to carry a bunch of those around. There we go. Only one hit from that was all I needed. Uh-oh, there's two of you. There's two of you. I hate it. I hate it. There's two of you. Oh god, where did that guy go? Oh man, I didn't know they could do that. I guess they can do that in combat arenas. Maybe to lighten the load a little bit, to give you only one to deal with at a time most of the time. Alright, you know, you two can just take my tools and die. There's a reason I'm using up all my tools right now. You're about to see. Well, that's that done. Now, let's climb to the top of wherever this is. Okay, nothing in the walls, right? I hate to keep whacking every single wall, especially in an atmospheric moment like this, but you can never be too certain that there is nothing there. I guess we're gonna claim the soul of this corpse? I don't know. What exactly are we claiming? Don't know. Only one way to find out. Bound the Crest of Reaper. Attack with heavy arcing slashes and reap additional silk from enemies. To change crest, open the crest screen of the menu when resting at a bench. Also, the description text of this pickup is much larger than the other ones were, and I'm not sure why. Should you gain a new crest, best to move around and attack a little bit to see what has changed. Yeah. This is as close as Hollow Knight or Hollow Knight Silksong get to allowing you to use other weapons. Though you're still swinging the same needle, so you're not actually using another weapon, you are still using it differently. The Crest of the Reaper has its default slashes as these huge, long, arcing slashes. They do not go through the whole vertical length that the original one did, which is known as the Crest of the Hunter, by the way. That was the default crest we had on the whole game up until this point. They will not go the entire length, they will only go up or down, and they will alternate as you keep slashing. However, they have much longer range to make up for it, and I think they also deal more knockback. In addition, Binding will unlock a special ability. If I were to do so right now, you can see that I have this little mode on. If I were to hit enemies during this mode, they would drop orbs that, if I pick them up, get transferred into silk for the silk meter, which allows you to build up another heal or another use of a silk skill. It's pretty cool. Also, the Crest of the Hunter has no special abilities. Yet. One final thing this crest does. I don't think I've ever shown it off, or I have shown it off once, but the running attack is different, so now it's an uppercut. And then, probably the biggest change, especially for platforming, the pogo is different. It's no longer a stab, it's a huge downward slash. There's also a weird little pause in your momentum. This actually makes it much easier to bounce on things. This is why I recommend exploring the rest of Greymoor before going to the right, because with this crest, it is much easier to bounce on those balloons in that area, which I believe you have to do at least a little bit of in order to progress the game. So yeah, this makes it so much easier because now that whole slash is checked for whenever the game wants to give you a pogo bounce. So yeah, it is significantly easier to pull off than the Crest of the Hunter's pogo. Okay, what do I have to do here? I can't exactly remember. But yeah, I think there's also other aspects of your movement that are changed. Oh yeah, there's one more thing that's different, but it involves something we haven't actually seen yet. So yeah, can't show that off. However, do notice, I don't have any red tools equipped anymore. And it's not just red tools either, yeah. Each crest has its own set of tool slots. This has a completely different set from the original. This crest also starts off with one red tool slot, one blue tool slot, one yellow tool slot, and I think we can expand it to one extra yellow tool, one extra blue tool, one extra red tool, just like the original. However, certain other crests might have a different combinations of blue, yellow, or red slots. So yeah. This kind of unlocks a whole new side of build making in this game that wasn't present in the original, because in the original you always had the exact same attack done in the exact same way. One thing I find kind of weird about this crest system is that whenever you find a new crest, also apparently I can't go back in there ever again, Whenever you find a new crest, as I have, the game will forcibly equip it, and it doesn't keep any of your tools from the previous crest either. And you can't switch them, can't switch it back until you make it back to a bench. So I currently have to backtrack all the way back to the halfway home, rest at their bench, so that I can re-equip the tools and get myself situated again. I will be using this crest for a little while because I actually really like it from what I used. Like, the heavy attacks are really satisfying, and that ability to gain quicker silk regeneration after healing is quite useful. Okay, I think there's a door to the right in this room somewhere, but I can't remember where. It's down here, I think. Yes, okay, you hit this lever, so you have to take that route first, but once you do, you can go straight through this room. I never actually showed that off. I just went up first because, you know, up is always first. That's how it is. Oh, none of these enemies are back. I guess the game doesn't respawn the enemies when you go through that big animation. The first game totally would. or maybe it wouldn't. Actually, I'm not really sure. I don't know if you got a major ability in the first game, did it actually respawn major enemies? Not really certain about that. All right, anyway, back here at the bench. Hey, there's a new pilgrim in the corner. That's kind of cool. I like how the pilgrims kind of come in and out. It's nice. I don't have any memory lockets, so unfortunately we'll have to go back to just one red tool. That is fine with me. Let's go with Warding Bell again, and let's go with, out of both of these, I think I can go with the Magnetite Brooch. I think that's going to be much more useful than the compass. Now let me take a peek at the map. Okay. So we've been up here. We can't go up here just yet. We'll need a later ability for that. We've been out here. We talked to this guy over here. So now there's really only one place left to go, and that's down here. So, why the hell not? Let's make our way over there. And yeah, as you can see, the underground sewer area with the giant rat bugs we've been seeing, that leads to this very place. That leads to your ultimate goal in Greymoor. So yeah. Oh, I can kind of go this way if I bounce on the enemies. Okay, come on, come back down, come back down, come back down. Ooh, yay! Got these rosaries before I was supposed to. Now, I'm sure they fully intend you to do stuff like this. Oh, another thing. A shard bundle, okay. That's like a rosary string, but with shell shards. I don't really need that right now, but it's still good to have in case I need it in the future for anything. Okay, there we go. Give me all your rosaries. Okay, nothing else here. Let's move on then. Oh god, I forgot you'd be here. Alright, I'm gonna destroy you with this. Then, before I fight this next enemy, I'm going to heal, and I'm gonna show off this ability. So, whack. Whack. Trying to whack. Only lasts for so much time. Okay, this is not the greatest use case of it, because I didn't whack him as much as I would have liked to, but you could see I was picking up those orbs, and now I have a little gloop in my soul meter there, or my silk meter. It's not soul meter. Eventually that gloop will disappear if you don't get it fully filled up into a full spool of silk first, but eventually, if you collect enough orbs, I think it's like, I want to say it's 4 of those orbs equates to 1 spool of silk. So that's pretty good. Hello, Shriek from Ori and the Will of the Wisps. That's seriously what that reminds me of. This game reminds me of Ori and the Will of the Wisps in a lot of ways, honestly. It does. Okay, there we go. Then, hiya, 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 hiya. Give me those rosaries. I have so many. I got 346. That's a lot for this point in the game. It's not a lot for later in the game, but hey. I can't be too judgy just yet. We are still at the beginning. Okay, so you have to unlock this shortcut from that side specifically, and then it powers a fan that lets you go back up whenever you'd like, which is nice. I came out from over there earlier, so no need to go back that way. Instead, let's continue. Hello, Infamy! The Moorwing is the first boss a lot of people really did not like in this game. And I can kind of understand it, because it has that really difficult saw blade attack, where the saw blades travel in such weird patterns. And then it's got that melee swipe where it can dash closer to you and get a lot of hits on you. I think since I played this game the first time, this thing has been nerfed and now only does 1 damage for most of its attacks. In the launch version, it dealt 2 damage on most of its attacks, which certainly made it a lot harder. Okay, there's silk orbs, silk orbs. Give me those, give me those, give me those. You're inside of them, sir. Sir, can you please not do that? Oh god, okay. Yeah, okay, I think that did 2 masks of damage in the launch version. Now it only does 1, because a lot of people were complaining about this fight. Personally, I didn't find it that hard, but I did certainly find it a jump in difficulty from the 4th chorus, which I beat on my very first attempt. That's not good. Don't stand that too close to them. Okay, there we go. Okay, I'm gonna go for that. Then get a little refill of Silk in addition with my hits. Oh no, okay, that still deals 2 damage. Contact with it deals 2 damage. That is good to know. Personally, I don't like that. I don't think contact damage should deal 2, but whatever. Oh god, yeah. If it shoots a second one, it doesn't go as far as the first one, so keep that in mind. Okay, and then they'll fly past. Cool. I have no idea what Saw Blades has to do with this big moth creature, but sure, whatever. Maybe it's a machine underneath that feathery shell. Oh god, oh god. I might die, might be dead. Whoa. Okay, that was lucky. Oh god, no. Okay. See, these bosses are so much fun. They're so exhilarating. I don't even care that I'm taking a lot of damage to them because they're so exciting. I love them. Down it goes. First attempt. That was a little close, but fortunately, not too bad. By the way, I was just thinking about it earlier, but, do you notice Hornet's walk cycle? How when she starts the walk animation, she, like, bows her head a little bit? I think that might be a subtle reference to Castlevania Symphony of the Night. And the way that Alucard walks in that game, because he kind of does the same kind of animation. At least people on the internet pointed it out. It could be a coincidence, but I like to think that it is. This game's a real Metroidvania. It's emulating the best, the classics, because Castlevania Symphony of the Night was the first Castlevania game to be structured like this, so yeah. Let's see what's on up ahead. Pilgrim, this settlement welcomes all who step the holy path. May you ease your shell within, that your strength renewed can carry you higher, not carry your higher being, or whatever. What a great place to ease your shell, huh? Haunted Bellheart. We have a new objective. Let's go check that out. The Threadspun Town. Break the Silken Curse ensnaring the town of Bellheart. We'll have to get on that in the next video. Let me see. Can I... okay. Here's the shard bundle. Yep, we've seen that before. It contains 80 shell shards. Okay. So we can rest on this bench, of course. Just because this place is haunted doesn't mean the bench is useless. Then I think we can go unlock this Bellway station for easier travel, which I would very much like to do. Insert rosaries. Here, take my 60 rosaries, and please unlock the station for me. Then, I suppose to end every video from now on, why don't I end every video by taking a look at the Hunter's Journal and reading some of Hornet's notes, kind of like what I did last time. I think that could be cool. Alright, well, might want to make some backtracks at the beginning of next episode, so that's mostly why I chose to unlock that station, but right now I have no use for it, so back out here we go. Yeah, this is quite perilous for them. That can't be good for them, having them strung up like that all day long. What a sight this is to behold, man. Especially with that sign saying, like, this settlement welcomes you. Feel free to ease your shell here, and then this is what you see? Alright, well, in any case, let's rest on the bench, let's read some of the journal entries, and then next time we'll get on to saving this place. Okay, we've already seen before. Flint beetle. Its bright gems could be used to make beautiful but short-lived jewelry. An amusing idea for a gift, or a trap. I guess I never fully realized that the bugs in this world, in this universe, have jewelry, but it makes a lot of sense. I mean, we are picking up rosary strings, after all. Okay. Either its size has made it fearless, or the haunting has removed its sense of self-preservation. Probably the latter. Most likely the latter. Here's a bunch of the new enemies. The Thread Raker. That is a rake! I was right! That is a rake! Man, I was thinking like, oh, it's probably some other tool I've never heard of. But no, that is a rake. Normally, I'm never correct about what stuff is in games, so that's awesome. All right, well, attack of its staff. A Might Mother, I see. So these are mites. Flutter Might, Might Mother. I see. I had to defeat 6 of those? They only exist in that small area, and there's only like 3 of them. So I have to grind them out if I want them. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be completing the Hunter's Journal. I'll still read any entries that I unlock, but I'm probably not going to go for all of them, and I'll at least try to encounter every enemy, but I'm probably not going to try to unlock every entry just because there's so many of them. I didn't really like doing it in the first game either, so I don't think I'm going to like doing it here. A Craw. By the swooping menace, a simple bug could be easily overcome. More dangerous still, they rarely attack alone. And then how about the Moorwing? With its wranglers long dead, the Moorwing stalk the towers of Greymoor, feasting on passing pilgrims and tenders alike. There is actually a way to skip Moorwing's battle right there. Oh yeah, I said I would actually go back to the Flea Caravan at the end of the video. Well, I don't know. I think I'm not gonna do that. I'll do it toward the beginning of next video. How about that? Just because I feel like ending on this image is scary, and I kind of wanted to end it this way. I thought this would be an effective place to stop. So, yeah, sorry. We're gonna save the returning the 5 fleas, or returning to the Flea Caravan and getting our quest reward for next time. But anyway, there is a way to skip the Greymoor fight, or sorry, the Moorwing fight, and it does have to do with that very quest. I'll explain more next time. Next time on Hollow Knight Silksong, we're gonna do the Flea Caravan thing, and then we're gonna come back here and we're gonna see what we can do about this. Thank you all for watching if you did, and as always, I will see you all in the future.